Acting?
Acting.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Tiana.
We're two working actors. We happen to be women.
We happen to be Black. Sometimes that matters.
And sometimes it doesn't. Either way,
we're here to talk about all things acting, from personal experiences
to the industry itself, and of course our love of the craft.
So join us as we chat with each other, as well as the occasional acting friend, as we talk about all things
acting.
Hola.
Hello.
How goes it?
Going good. It's nice and brief, like I like it.
It is. I have my window open right now, and I was listening to it earlier, and it was just like, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a vibe.
No, for sure.
How's your week?
This is the end of my chaotic, hectic 2-week run of acting stuff. A lot of my commitments ended in the last 2 weeks. So now I could focus on one project. For now.
Actually, for now.
Yeah, because Historic Philly just started up again. So I got
that's right.
4 new stories that I need to memorize now. So
that's interesting. So is it and in case you guys don't know, because we've mentioned it briefly before, but during the summertime tea we'll do, they're not really historical reenactments. How would you describe it?
Just stories. I don't do reenactments. Not with them, at least. I haven't done them. But I just tell stories that are scripted. They're about 2 to 3 pages long sometimes. And I memorize them and I just tell them throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every year you get like 4 to 5 stories. And usually I carry one from the previous year. So I got 4 more stories.
Okay.
Gotta start working on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yesterday was your first day back?
Yeah, what's today? Sunday? Yeah. Yesterday. Yesterday was just like the first like rehearsal before
okay.
actually work.
Okay.
So,
when do you actually go out? When are you like go out to the floor?
I'm not sure because it's usually mid-May, but no one said anything about this weekend, so I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Definitely June, but I don't know if they're gonna start early.
Yeah, exact. It's so fascinating because I feel like the weather is playing a role in it, because it doesn't feel like May. Like I've been talking to people all week and it's just like this weather does not feel like May weather. It's been cold, it's been dreary. I don't know. It's thrown to me it's thrown things off.
So. Yeah. Everything's going in like super overdrive, so I don't know. I'll have a chance to sit and smell the flowers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, how was my week? What did I do this week? Oh, I filmed. So I did the background work thing.
That's right. I thought that was
next week. Yeah, so no, that was this week. And technically they're also filming next week, but I am going away on vacation next weekend, so I will not be there. And I'm actually very sad because we lost a day of filming. So we were supposed to film Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we lost a day because the library that we were filming in was closed due to construction. And how this happened, we're not really sure. Our director, he was very frustrated because he's like, I've had this booked weeks in advance. Like, I don't really understand where the lack of communication came from, but that was really kind of sad. But overall, it was good. It was a good experience. So we filmed Thursday and Saturday, and it was neat.
So what was that? What are some standout points?
Standout points. So it is a episodic independent project, and it is a mockumentary style. And the director, he wanted to be very private about it, so I'm not going to go too far into detail into like what the story is about and everything. But it is a mockumentary, and so the cast is an entire ensemble cast. What I really liked about it is that it is an all-Black cast, so like that was something that was very important to the director. It's an all-Black cast, and we just like you have like the main set of students who are like the characters, so like they have names, they have storylines, etc. And then you have the background students, which is what my character was, and we just kind of fill in the gaps, and like like we add to the chatter that's around, we add to like the ad libs during certain moments, like if we're cheering or something. we just kind of like we fill the space because that's what background actors do. We fill the space, and we kind of talked about that in the last episode. So it was really fascinating to kind of see how it went and to see how him and the director of photography chose to film it since it is a mockumentary style. And that was really neat. I was really into like the setup and like the actual like filmmaking part of it as well.
Okay. Nice.
Mm.
Nice. So
Yeah.
did you find that you all had to do like several takes of one?
There were a few scenes like that. So we would have like the teachers in the front, like he would want to like get them talking. So like we would redo scenes with like, running the same scenes, but just like focused on them. It's funny as like crunch time as we were because we had a very limited amount of time. We had to like we couldn't retake multiple shots. Like we were really gunning for like one take and done. Sometimes we would do two takes if like he just like wanted to add something like that maybe the people hadn't done before. But it was a very tight schedule, which was interesting. But yeah, we would do multiple angles of the same scene.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because for some reason I think it's because I've seen so much of the Office bloopers. When I hear
Hmm.
mockumentary, I'm assuming that there's more takes than usual of the same shot just because of the kind of loose nature in terms of I just had it. In terms of I just had the word.
Filler.
But it's less like
Just like the storyline. Oh,
like there's more opportunity, and I think it's actually
yeah.
encouraged in a setting like that for you to
Yes.
improv. So I just assume that there will be more takes than usual of the same shot because
Yeah.
in that setting, you're kind of encouraging genuine reactions.
Right.
So,
Yeah. He definitely emphasized that like he wanted us to be comfortable with just doing things on the
mhm.
fly and like having like bold reactions to things.
Yeah.
And to your point, so something that interesting that I also like that they did is they had multiple cameras. So the first day that we filmed, there were three different cameras and they would just like post up around the room. So like one was in charge of like getting close-ups of the actors, another was in charge of getting like wider angles or of the room that we were in, and another was like so like they had it set up that way. Unfortunately, the second day, one of the actual director of photography, she was sick, so we were down to two cameras. But like that's still kind of how they did it. Was like to reduce the amount of takes that they would have to do of the same scene. They just had multiple cameras so they could get various, to your point, like improvised reactions.
Yeah, that's the dream at this point to be able to
Yeah.
have several cameras because we're all so short on time
Right.
because there's
Right.
like,
Yeah, and that's why like I really really like the first day like I really liked the setup because like it was literally like you had one camera here, you had one camera here, you had one camera here, and it was like they were all getting different things. And I wish I could have been like this is where like the filmmaker in me was like I wish I could have seen what they were seeing because like I wanted to see like what they were focusing on. And that's kind of the fun part about being an actor sometimes is like when you have to wait to see the final product to see like what they actually capture because you could think they're getting one thing in your mind, then when you go back to watch it, like you'll see they got
yeah.
something completely different.
That's so funny you say that because I had a quick conversation with Dominic earlier,
Oh,
and
nice.
he sent me a very short clip because the like something with the audio was janky. So he just needed me to say something and send
Hmm.
him back the file so they can kind of edit that in. But I
Yeah.
got one short clip. Wow, that looks so good already.
I cannot wait to see it. I'm shitting myself. I'm so
That's
excited.
what I
I'm
texted him.
literally so excited.
I was like, I cannot wait to see this. Like, honestly,
Mhm.
it's gonna be, and it looks really funny. From that one, I'm talking
Yeah.
really like 3 seconds. It looks really funny too.
Just
Wow.
based on the
Oh,
short that we watched, his short at that film festival, I trust his vision so much that I know he did it justice. Whatever the final product of that short that
yeah.
we filmed is, I just know it's going to be perfect.
That's out. His other film is out, right? Because I can link it in
Yeah.
the description
Yes.
and the comments to
Yes.
so everyone should go watch it. It's a short film.
Please do. It is, and it's like it's less than 10 minutes, but it's a gut punch
No,
of a
it is.
short.
It is.
It's really intense. It's good.
Yeah.
So I definitely trust his vision and I'm so excited to see the final product.
Mm-hmm.
That just made me so excited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about that project too recently. For whatever reason, I was just thinking, oh no, actually no, for a reason, because I was on set and like, you know, like how you just like start talking to people and like talking about like your experience in your past or whatever. And it just like brought it to mind and I was just like, I don't know. I felt I'm excited. I'm really excited to see it, I guess is all.
And they're like, I was honestly not expecting to hear from him
Yeah.
until like at least a year or so later. Because it
Yeah.
takes so long to edit stuff. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
push it because I get it.
Nope.
But it's only been like
6
7.
months now?
Yeah.
6, 7 months? Yeah.
So looking forward
We'll
to seeing it.
see.
It'll probably take another like at least like 8 months for it to be out, like after he runs the circuit, the film festival.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because like we have to wait for like the film festival
But
season.
that'll be good.
So
So
yeah. So yeah, that was that experience. It was really fun. Met some cool people. A lot of people from New York and North Jersey. That was wild. I like, and I wish I was there next weekend because because of how tight of a schedule we were on, especially having lost a day, we didn't
yeah.
have a lot of time to chit chat.
Mhm.
So I wish I could have like found out like more about like how people found this opportunity. I did find out one kid. First off, Tiana, this young man, I don't know how old he is because the director didn't want us to tell anyone our ages until the very end of filming. So I don't, he's definitely in his early to mid 20s. He's a cutie patootie, okay? And I'll stand 10 toes down on that. Very
Okay.
tall, very like, he looks like he was definitely, had to be a football player, had to
Mhm.
be, like, has the build one. Anyway, I say that to say, I found out that he found the opportunity through his agency, and I can't remember the name of it, but the way it works is like I think they have you join their classes and then they like put
Mhm.
you into their roster and their circuit
Mhm.
and they send you out and he said like that's how he found his and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's interesting. So I wish I
Mhm.
had more time to find out where people found it because a lot of people were from New York and North Jersey and I thought that was very interesting because we filmed in South Jersey.
I've heard of something like that around here, and I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly where, but a couple of our classmates have had agents where that's kind of like the process. So,
I wonder if it's the same. I have to actually I have my phone right here. I can literally look it up. It's like John insert
it's,
music.
we don't have
John
to.
Casablancas International. I don't know if anyone knows that or is familiar with that. But I thought that was interesting. So yeah, it was a cool experience. I
Mhm.
love being on set. Being on set is so great.
That sounds fun.
It was.
I
It
can
was. It was neat.
imagine. Did
Hmm?
he say how he's going to release it since it's episodic?
No, see, and that's the thing. Like, I have not had a chance to like ask him any of those questions. And I mean, I guess I could reach out via email, but like I was always kind of intimidated. Because I just didn't want to like bother with the nonsense because I feel like a lot of the questions that I have are things that like he got out of the way at like meetings that I wasn't able to attend and like things. So he's like, you can get that information from your castmates kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, the only problem is I didn't have a chance to talk to my
Yeah,
castmates.
I feel like maybe
So
after filming, after he wraps up filming, you could just
yeah,
send him like a thank you email and just say like, hey, like how are you gonna release it? Like what are you planning to do? And I feel like
yeah,
that's appropriate after because he probably
yeah,
is very like, let's get this done. That's how I would be. I would be very task focused in that moment because
exactly.
we lost so much.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to kind of pull his attention away on something that's not really important at the present moment.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
he's very communicative, so I know like whenever it's available to be watched or it's released or whatever, I know he's going to let us know. So like I have
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind about that. I just don't know what his process or his intentions behind it are
Yeah.
since it's episodic. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Sounds fun.
It was. And that's it for me on the filming. So, well, I'm possibly doing background work at the end of the month, but that's like true background work. That's gonna be, I'm
Okay.
just a crowd filler. I stand in a crowd.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so fun though, because you get to watch
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. Exactly. And then I really will be, because of like that kind of background work, I really will be able to just like pay attention to what's happening behind the scenes and just watching everything. So that'll be cool. That'll be
It's
fun.
a free seminar.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all about perspective, you know?
Yeah,
So, okay, wait, but you had your stage reading.
I did.
How was that? What was that experience like?
That was really fun. I think that I need to do more of those
Yeah?
because specifically because that was a local playwright,
Hmm.
and I realized how advantageous it would be if you write a play to have a stage reading even before you get to the full production. Because in this one, we had a talk back afterwards, and there was a lot of feedback that we all got from the audience that stayed. Not everyone stayed, but got a lot of feedback, and the writer was able to ask questions for the crowd, like just to see if he maybe wants to tweak something before he hopefully goes into full production with it. But
Yeah.
that was a nice room to be in as a creative because it was so inspiring just to hear everyone so involved in something that like it didn't cost any money for people to show up and see.
Oh,
And
okay.
for us, because it's just a stage, it was literally us sitting in chairs reading off of a music stand.
Yeah.
We did like, we didn't have blocking, but we were acting. Like we weren't just reading it. We were
Okay. So like
acting.
you were like using like physical movements and like using the
Yeah.
physical space to an extent.
To an extent, like there's still like when someone would exit a stage, they would like get up and sit on the side. Like we would do stuff like that. We didn't do too much. Like there weren't props and things like that, but we did act. Like I woke up the next morning and my voice was under the weather because I was projecting.
Really?
Yeah. I was very conscious of the fact that I was sitting and I was reading from a thing and I didn't want to just read like I'm reading to myself. So I
Right.
was
Oh, okay.
reacting the whole time. And also it's like a very excitable moment. There's some
Mhm.
screams, there's some fights and stuff. So yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely that was really fun to be a part of and also to see like just the energy in the room and how people are still so invested in stuff like that. Like they
Right.
didn't have to pay for it. We didn't put a lot of rehearsal time in because it's a reading. We only had maybe five over the past month and a half or something like that. So, but we
Okay.
still,
So about one a week
yeah, yeah,
or here
yeah,
and there. Like it's kind of
yeah,
spread out, but like yeah.
yeah. It's kind of spread out. Maybe it's been like 2 months because it was
Okay.
after You Can't Take It With You, and that ended in February. Yeah,
Hmm.
wow. Yeah, we're
I
in
know.
May. Wow,
I know.
wow.
Where did the time go? Who knows?
Yeah. So, that was cool. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So what is you said you had a talk back? So is that just where like the audience stays and like you guys just kind of like discuss the script, the story? Like what's that look like?
That was my second talk back because the first
Okay.
one I ever was a part of, which I wasn't supposed to be a part of, was Witness for the Prosecution. And I wasn't
Hmm.
supposed to be a part of it because they only had there was a lot of people in that play. There was like 17, 18 people. So they
Yeah.
just took the main cast, like five or six. And what a talk back is they'll tell you usually ahead of time, like, hey, okay, it's a 2 o'clock show. After at 4:30, 5 o'clock, whenever the show ends, there's a talk back with some of the cast and the director. And in this case, for the stage reading, the writer was there. And whoever wants to stay, they just stay back. And literally, it's a time to
Mhm.
ask questions, to give feedback, to interact with the cast. Uh, in that scenario, it was really all about giving the writer information, like what he
Okay.
needed, because
Mm.
that the play hasn't been produced yet. So
Right.
he's trying to get it produced. So this is like a step for him to
Yeah.
kind of like figure out like if he needs to tweak anything. So that's cool. But usually, you could sit and talk with like the actors about stuff. It's really like it's a fun thing because they put in so much work.
Right.
Especially when you have like a fully produced full-length play. It's
Hmm.
nice when the audience actually cares why you made a certain decision, because you
Yeah.
thought about that. You actually thought about that. And the one that I wasn't supposed to be a part of with Witness for the Prosecution, I heard them say Greta. And then my director was like, yeah, Tiana, that was kind of like her take on it. And she did it up. And I walked around. I was like, hey guys. And so I actually I had to share my perspective, and that was pretty cool.
Okay.
That role also historically is much older. So it was
Yeah.
nice to be able to give a little bit of a different perspective. So talkbacks are fun, you
Yeah.
know, and we all
I
have
didn't know that was a
egos. We're actors. So it's nice to
so
sit.
it's fun to just talk about your work. I mean, it's and like you said, like the like you the choices that you made, they were intentional. Like there was thought put behind them. So like to have someone noticing and like you said, care enough to ask about it, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like as a writer yourself, like was there anything that you heard this writer say like in out of the experience that like you gleaned as like something you would take with you?
You know what's so funny is that the one thing we got, there was a lot of great conversation about the characters and stuff like that. And I don't have enough time to explain this play, but it's insane and it's great. And I really
Yeah.
do hope someone produces it. But
Yeah.
the one thing that caught me was this was the third play. It's a trilogy, right? And this
Oh.
is the third play that he wrote in that trilogy. I haven't read or seen the other two. And he actually said that after he finished writing this play, he went and got his MFA in creative writing.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
to
okay.
me, who's always like worried about the fact that I did not go to college for any of this, I'm really just out here learning acting, writing, all of that on my own. I
Yeah.
was like, so you wrote this and this is amazing. And then you went and got the degree, which is also
Yeah.
the same thing that happened with who wrote the screen? Oh, I'm blanking. The screenplay for The Godfather.
Yeah, right. No, because this Godfather was based off the book. So whoever
Yeah.
hold on,
No, but it's
whoever wrote the screenplay itself. Hold hold music, please. Francis Ford Coppola. Coppola.
actually I'm lying. It might not be him. I think
Oh.
it's Mario. But anyway, so the same sort of situation happened where he wrote this masterpiece and then
Yeah.
he goes to learn about
Like the
writing.
actual techniques, yeah.
And he said the whatever book he was reading or whatever said to study The Godfather. But he
Hmm.
wrote The Godfather. So it's so funny that you're taking instruction for so yeah, that's the one thing that stuck out to me. But
That is inspiring.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice hearing. It was a lot of conversation about how oh, actually one thing that did stick out to me about that whole situation is that our director read the stage directions in between our dialogue. Now, when you read this play or see this play, hopefully it comes out, there was a lot of conversation about whether or not someone should actually, whether or not that should be a character, like it, whether there should be a
Interesting.
narrator,
Okay.
because there's two scenes going on at the
Right.
same time that have nothing to do with each other. And so, and there's a lot of funny stage directions, like that brought it to life. Like he really
Hmm.
upped the ante. I really wish I could take you guys through the whole thing, but I don't want to put anything out there that like it hasn't been published, I don't think. So,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm just saying all this to say that it's so funny how this being a stage reading and us having to verbalize the stage directions because they're not happening on stage. We're just sitting down. How
Right.
that turned into everyone really enjoying that specific part. And now it's a
And
conversation with the writer on whether or
yeah.
not they should turn that into a narrator
And that
or
wasn't intentional to begin with. Like that was
oh.
like it like the director was reading the stage directions purely for the sake of the stage reading.
So that it can make sense for the audience. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
the stage directions are so funny though. It's
That's
like
interesting. Yeah.
for example, one guy, the guy that I was like dealing with, his phone kept ringing. And
Mm.
I would like hang it up and hang it up. But every time the phone rang, the stage direction would say, so Bill's phone starts to ring. It's the ringtone, whatever song it is. It goes something like this, A, B, C, D, and then I would hang it up. And then it would ring again. Bill's phone rings again. It starts to play a song, A, B, C, and every time, whatever song it was, I can't remember,
Yeah.
it would say the exact, but I feel like that wouldn't be as funny having the ringtone. It was
Right. Right. It was funny. You want to know what comes to mind? I don't know if you've seen Amelie, the movie, the French
no,
film.
no.
Um, I loved it because I just related to the main character so much. Like I just like I saw her, but it's a really
Mhm.
good film. It's a classic, whatever. but it has a narrator, and that's kind of how the narration in that film goes. It's almost
Oh,
like the narrator is reading the state. Like we're watching it happen,
yeah,
obviously, in the film, but he's
yeah.
reading it as and it really does add like an element of humor. So I think that that's really interesting. And
Mhm.
you want to know what's also funny? Well, actually, I don't want to. I won't. Never mind. I'll tell you after. But yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um.
it was very, it was great. That was a great experience. And I think that that's eye-opening as a writer,
Mm,
that you can take advantage of the fact that there are theaters that want to expose people to your work
yeah.
in the form of
Yes.
stage reading. And also, like, that can be a good time for you to make an impression to get it fully produced. And how cool is that to go from a local playwright that hasn't had anything done to I've had a stage reading and then the next year they voted it in and now it's being fully produced. Like that's so cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, love
Yeah.
being
I
in
mean, the
that room.
entire process is really fascinating. I mean, there are so many things that go into it that like just like looking in from the outside you wouldn't even think, but like the fact that there is such a thing as stage readings and in talkbacks where like they are giving, the purpose is to give feedback to the director and the writer, etc. Like those kinds of like moments that like then come together to produce this production. I don't know. It's fascinating how
Yeah.
much goes
And
into it all.
it really did feel like it felt like a performance. It did because they had the lights turned and everything. Like we didn't have a set, but they had the lights on and the audience was there. We were like sitting right in front of the audience. But
Hmm.
it felt like a workshop, like
Hmm.
something I would pay for, you know? And it was an
Yeah.
opportunity for me to kind of stretch my acting bones. So that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like it was a really worth it experience. Well worth it experience.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
I did
Oh,
have two auditions.
you did. You did. Okay. I also wanted to ask you about, okay, whichever one you want to start with, whatever you want to go with, because they're
What?
your auditions.
What do you want to ask about?
The one last week,
Yeah.
and because it was
Nope,
your,
don't say it. Don't say the name of the theater.
no, no, no. I won't say the name of the theater. You've
Yeah.
done it, and you did the thing. And I don't remember. Did we talk about this on the last episode?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. Actually, I don't. I really don't even remember when we filmed last. And I know it hasn't been that long, but
It was last Sunday, which was the day after
uh,
the audition. So it's very possible we could have talked about it. So then maybe we don't need to talk.
well,
I don't know. Well, I
it
mean, we could
was
talk about it
okay.
again. Yeah.
It was good. It was good. It was fine. It was totally fine. Like it was, I, so I've had to say to myself before almost every audition in the past like year or so,
Mm,
I've had to tell myself it's not rocket science. And not to discredit the work that I've done up to that point, but because sometimes I overwork my anxiety to the point where I have convinced myself that it is impossible to go in and deliver a good performance. When in
okay.
reality, I've worked on the monologue or I've looked at the cold sides or whatever. I've like done the work. I've also been acting in some capacity that's helped me build up, my skills and my strength and all that good stuff.
Right.
So I've had to say to myself at one point, girl, you just got to go in there and entertain a few people. It'll be over in like 45 seconds. I think the
Yeah.
longest I've ever been in an audition room, maybe 10 minutes by myself. If it's
Yeah.
with other people, like I've been there for a couple
It
hours.
can go. It can go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like once I get to that point and I tell myself, girl, get out the car. It's not rocket science. Go in there, do your monologue. If you don't get it, like, okay, it's one of the hundred other things that you didn't get, and then go do the
Right.
thing. And it was great. It was fun. Like, I actually ended up doing the same monologue the same way for the audition today and also for the audition last weekend.
Okay. And you
Yeah,
did it,
because
and
the audition today was Shakespeare as well.
oh,
So,
fun.
yeah, so I just stuck with that. I did get a redirect for the first audition. So they always give redirects with this particular company,
Hmm.
which again, in my mind, what that means is they just really want to know if you're coachable or if you
Hmm.
take direction well, literally. Like if you can change it up or if you have anything else to offer. It doesn't mean you did it wrong. And that was something when I was first auditioning that I didn't quite understand a few years
Well,
ago.
also a new actor, that's something that a new actor wouldn't real necessarily know or
Yeah.
understand.
If you're, yeah, this in this particular theater, I know it's their MO. You do your thing and then they give you a redirection and then it could be whatever. It depends on
Yeah,
who's on the panel.
yeah.
Um, but that redirection was, so I did the monologue like I was anxiously asking for something. That was the tone of the whole thing. I was trying to get someone to do something for me, but I was anxious about it and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. The
Mm-hmm.
redirect was to act like I've been in this room before. I know these people and I know I'm going to get my way. So let's politic my way through this monologue. And so that changed the pacing for me. It definitely changed the tone. It changed my eye line. Um, I try not to just focus on one person, especially if it's a panel. I try to
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
there's an entire audience. And so I just kind of walk the stage slowly, work the room like they asked me to do. And that was, that was it. And that was basically it. They didn't ask me to sing this time, but
Glory be,
they
because that was a wrench.
they were like, "Do you sing?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, I do not." And they're like, "Okay, it's fine." Um, but yeah, and this one, the one that I just did a couple hours ago, it was a little
Mhm.
bit different. They, by the way, so they do it. This theater does it in chunks. So it's like every half an hour, like you get a time chunk. So instead of
Okay, okay.
I've done theaters before where they have it down to like 10 minutes. They're like
Yeah.
5:50 is your time slot. Don't come at 6 because that's somebody else's time slot. This one it was like 7 to 7:30 or whatever. So
Okay.
we were all waiting downstairs. Wow, that to me was the most nerve-wracking thing. Because
Really?
I'm used to sitting in a waiting room before an audition. I'm not used to sitting with more than like two actors at a time.
Hmm.
And there were like 10, 12 of us. And I'm thinking the audition, I think is still going on. It's 9 o'clock now. They started at 6:30. I'm pretty sure it goes until 9:30. So if there's like 12 of us for this 1/2 hour,
Hmm.
that's a lot of people. And
Yeah.
so I started thinking about that. And then I was like, girl, that's not really what she should be focusing on right now.
Mm.
That's not it. So
Okay. So the setup, it sounds like the setup of this audition kind of it was different enough to kind of throw you off a little bit
it
to where
did.
you had
Yeah.
to actively put yourself back on track and back into the mindset.
But then I just used it because I did that same
Yeah.
monologue and I performed it that anxious way. So I just used that again,
Okay.
so feed into the tone of that. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they
No,
laughed,
that's
like
literally
they were entertained. They thought it was really funny how I did it. So
good, good. That's
yeah.
good feedback. You know what Brian always says? He's like, you never really get pity laughs. People don't laugh just because.
Oh no, girl,
So,
yeah. Also, wait, I have another thing. So there were three people on the panel. I encountered all three of them before going into the audition room without knowing who they were. And let me tell you why it's so important to, first of all, if you're going to an audition, even when you're driving into the space, I am always on my best behavior. I'm not honking at nobody because you never know who you're about to walk in and sit with. And
yeah.
it's important to be a good person anyway. But like I went to
But
the
no, so
bathroom.
you're good. Yeah.
No, listen, because it's like that could, you having a nasty attitude before you get into and then putting on a face when you get into the audition room and then leaving and immediately being a jerk, that probably can cost you some stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm always on my P's and Q's, but one person was outside the theater before I walked in. And I was like, oh, hey, how are you? Walked in, went to the bathroom, and two other people were there. And we had a conversation about like paper towels or something. And I was like, oh yeah, those things like they never work or whatever. And then ha. And then 15 minutes later, I walk in and I was like, hey y'all.
That's
Like, yeah.
bananas.
I mean,
Okay.
it's
It
it's
happens, but
it's to
it's
be expected.
to run into all three of them and have a pleasant interaction with all three of them like that.
I'm
Like you
all
said, just and it's not even about doing it with the intention of like not wanting
no.
make a bad impression necessarily because like you're like you want to be a good person, but it's also just like if you enter every interaction like that's a brand new person, and unless they give you a reason to have an attitude, and
Mhm.
even then it's like I don't know. I just like it's all about how you carry yourself, really. It comes down to it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Like, because then you might be bumping into someone that is going to be your castmate for the next 4 months. And you don't know it yet. Like, it's all those things. And then I actually
You
bumped
never
into
know.
someone that I did the one acts with last year,
Oh, fun.
which was interesting. And then my castmate from the reading was actually there at the audition. So
What a
it's
small world.
yeah.
What a small world.
And that's the other thing. We're all on the same audition circuit. Like
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time before we bump into each other. So
Yeah.
very fun.
Good,
I'm
good.
looking
Well, I'm
forward.
glad. So this audition that you did tonight, that was for, you said it's a Shakespeare play. Do you know which one, or is it just to like put you into the company?
No, it's for a specific one, A Winter's Tale.
Oh, okay. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not quite sure how I would fit in or what they would see. Like I did audition for a specific role, but I told them like I would be open to most of the other ones. And they're
Yeah.
also gender bending a few.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But that would put me in the position where I would be audition or not auditioning. I would be rehearsing 4 days a week for the next 2 months because that play opens a month after the book club play. So I would have like literally it's like one of the rehearsal schedules, it's like Monday, Wednesday, the other one is Tuesday, Thursday. So
Okay. Okay.
that would be
Okay.
the ultimate test, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I mean, like that's how you make things happen. Because it's like when you think about it, okay, the time will pass anyway, and the more work you put in, the more chances and opportunities you have. Just be
Mhm.
careful of burnout. Just don't burn yourself out, obviously. Like make sure you're taking care of your health and everything. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes really it is just putting your head down and doing the fucking work for whatever stretch of time,
I would do it. I would
you
100%
know?
do it. The first month would suck though, because I
Yeah.
forgot that I would have to memorize more stories for Stork Philly. So that would be, I mean, but whatever. It's like
It's a part of the gig. It's
I
a part,
do it.
yeah.
I do it, and I'd be totally fine with it. But I don't know. There was a lot of actors, so we'll see.
Is it a big cast for that play?
I guess it is a decent sized cast.
Yeah.
Maybe 12, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a really nice theater. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it close to you? Is it close by?
no.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes away.
oh
So,
boy. Yeah.
the next
Hey.
thing I was thinking, I was like, I don't know where that gas money is coming from because gas is outrageous right now.
I don't want to think about it. I already have to get more gas, and I just put gas in my car 2 days ago. And I
Girl,
already have to get more gas, and I'm a little stressed about it, but
I'm
it's
like,
fine.
how am I gonna make it to Friday?
I'm
Driving.
pushing a prayer.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Um, all right. Any performances of the week that stuck out to you?
Yeah, I do have one actually. Another old one.
Okay,
So
period.
almost 10 years ago, which is insane. The new edition story, the mini series. I don't know what they call it. It's a biopic, but it's a mini series. It was a three-part series.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it had me in a chokehold. But Woody McClain as Bobby Brown in that series, and then he ultimately went on to do the Bobby Brown story later.
Yeah.
He did such an amazing job, specifically with like the live performances in the show.
Hmm.
I think a lot of that comes from the fact that he was a dancer before, and so he was very comfortable on stage. And fun fact, he was also the Bobby Brown stand-in or body double for a Whitney Houston biopic years prior. So they had did a movie. I don't
Oh, fun.
think it was, I don't think it was a Lifetime, but it was one of Whitney Houston's
Like just like one of the they made a few different
they
ones,
made a
yeah.
few.
Kind of like how
So
they have done Michael Jackson.
yes, so one of those he was the Bobby Brown body double for, and then a few years later he, ends up being him in this amazing miniseries, and I just felt like he did an excellent job
Hmm.
embodying the performer that Bobby Brown was, and then also, just his acting in general. He's had a great career, kind of. I've been watching him because
Yeah.
I remember when he used to post stuff like when he would be in not an acting class, but like he would have like a small group of actors and they would be running lines. And this is like years ago. This is like 10 years ago. I remember being so enthralled with that because I'm like, wow,
Hmm.
like actors do that still once they book things. And so I've just been watching his career and he's definitely blossoming. So,
Yeah. It's funny being on the other side of that and like now like you've actually done that, like and sat and like done that activity yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. And he's killing it. And also
Yeah.
he's one of those people where I look at it and I'm like, he was in the right place at the right time. Because imagine auditioning for that top role in that movie and
Hmm.
then being like, oh, well, we gave it to the other guy, but like, can you please be the body double? And thinking that you just lost out on an opportunity when in reality was prepping you for something much bigger because that series that he was a part of turned into another series.
Right.
It's like, and now he's just, you know,
I mean, yeah, like quite literally, it's sometimes things happen and we do not know the why when they are happening until so far in advance, and like that really is that's almost spooky. Like obviously, it's just like that's just how like things fell into place for him, but it's all about timing.
all about timing. And
Yeah.
everyone in that cast too, like still to this day has me in a chokehold. It's a little ridiculous. And like the kids too, like Caleb McLaughlin was in that movie. And
Yes.
like seeing them all grow, like that was that, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that series. It makes
Yeah.
me cry.
I mean, it's a hard story, but yeah,
Yeah. It's
Mm.
just the growing up thing. It's like, wow. And then the fact that that was 10 years ago, like that was my last year of college. I was watching that and to
Wow.
see how many things have changed and like gone in different directions and all that
Yeah.
fun.
And how far everyone's come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Neat.
What'd you watch?
Um, what did I watch? So I have two performances. So my first performance is actually from it's a singer. I went to a concert this week. Cobra. She is a I don't really know how to describe her music. It's technically like a hyper pop, alt pop kind of sound,
Oh,
but
okay.
I love it personally, one of my favorite genres at the moment. And
Mhm.
she has so much stage presence, like genuinely. And she's it's so funny because she's like this petite little thing. She kind of like reminds me of Claire, how tiny she is. Um, but she just has like her stage set was minimal. She had exactly two background dancers, but she just commanded the stage and gave like this soulful performance. And it's really funny because she almost didn't have the concert that day because her tour bus had broken down up in Boston that morning. So
Mhm.
she had to like find like a last minute ride all the way down to Philadelphia. And she was like, I didn't think I would was going to put on the show. And you could kind of tell when she first came out that like her energy maybe was a little low. Like she's just I imagine it was a long ass day, But then like as the show went on and just watching her like kind of like build up to like the peak of the performance and like have this amazing energy. It was a really impactful show. It was really, really good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um so that was the standout performance. And then I watched hold on, I can't remember. I told myself I would remember and then I didn't. I think it was Godford Park
Godford Park.
and I didn't of
Godford
course, I
Park.
didn't save it. Hold on. Godford Park. Gosford. Gosford Park. Okay. an ensemble cast in a murder mystery, and I think you would like this actually. So
Awesome.
it takes place in 1930s England, and it takes place at this manor where this rich family is having this hunting party and this big fancy dinner, and someone gets killed. He gets murdered, and it's a murder
Yeah.
mystery. The goal is like you're trying to figure out who did it. They think it
Hmm.
was someone from the staff, and the staff is like, none of us did it. It was one of you rich people, and it's this whole ensemble cast, and you have this cast of characters, and I had so much fun watching it, and I
Yeah.
fell asleep because I was tired, but
Uh-huh.
um I missed the last 20 minutes of it, but like up until that point I was just like, this is such a fun movie,
Yeah.
and I loved how everyone just kind of like played off of each other, and it's one of those movies where I want to watch it again because you have to watch what's happening in the background and what other characters are doing in the background,
Let me
and
just
that
say
was really fun.
that's why I love murder mysteries because if it's done correctly, the first and second viewing or reading, if you're doing a book, it turns it into a completely different story because now you know what to
Yeah.
look for. And now you know who to watch and who's acting shady. Like, oh,
Yes.
love it. Yeah, that
And
sounds like,
what's interesting about this one, so I didn't finish it, but my mom did. I watched it with my mom, and she told me that at the end, you never really officially find out who did it. You have a pretty strong, like, like inkling of who did it, but they
yeah,
never fully confirm it. So that's another reason why, to your point, you have to
yeah.
go back and like you have to see.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. That's my
So,
stuff.
and I thought about you while I was watching it, and I said, I have to tell her about this movie. I think you would really like it.
That definitely sounds like a Christie piece for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought I kind of thought it was, but I don't think it is, but it sounded like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, those were performances. It was a good week,
It was a
all
good
things
week.
considered,
Hmm.
you know.
I'm looking forward to things slowing down though.
I bet, well, will they if you get this role, girl?
Hey man, I'm thinking like maybe if I get the role I want, I won't have to be at all of the rehearsals.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then
That's fair.
I'm looking at my other schedule and I'm like, I'm supposed to be off book for the whole thing the first in a month. I have a month.
Okay. That's doable. No? Okay. All right.
I just
Okay.
I haven't done, and I have like other stuff, like I have writing deadlines
Yeah, yeah,
that
you
I'm
just have,
trying to
yeah,
meet. Like I'm
yeah.
submitting for a few things, so I'm like, that should have been done, but now I'm just now getting my life back in order anyway. Um,
It's just take it day by listen. I've been shirking my responsibilities this week.
mhm.
Okay, it was genuinely a miracle that we got the episode out on time, because like I've just everything else has kind of just been off to the side. I just haven't had the mind for it. So it is what it is. It comes in waves.
Yeah, I mean, these are good problems. These, can you hear that?
I heard something very briefly right as you said that. It sounded like a squeak.
Yeah, it's like an air horn. I don't know. People are being weird. People are weird lately.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone like rode by on a motorcycle. How can I tell it was a motorcycle? Because they were playing their music so fucking loud.
In the way
Anyway,
that only motorcycles do. Yeah.
and I'm like I get it, you're vibing, but like it's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday. We can get some
Right.
rest.